Hey friends, this is Dimitri with Nebraska Streetwear. Happy Saturday morning. Right now I'm going to the post office and running some errands. So including today is the 28th of December. We have 4 days left in the year. And here is a suggestion I'm gonna make for you guys. I might have made this last year, but it's really important. If you have some ambitions or goals or whatever, and you know the new year is a nice time to start them, but it's kind of better to even start them before then, because you should realize that whatever you're trying to do, it's important, so start now. So you have 4 days left. So what you should be doing right now is spending these next 4 days strategizing and planning out your new year and what you're going to do. And for every goal or ambition or project that you have, you need to write out a detailed plan on how you're going to accomplish that. So you might have a sales goal, like how many units you want to sell or dollars. You might have a goal to get more team members to grow your business. You might have a goal to get more clients for whatever you're doing. You might have a goal to buy equipment to grow your business. So whatever it is, write down as detailed as you can, step by step, each action that you're going to take and the day-to-day to do that. And you're going to be on a much better path to having a great year, because you're going to know what to do and things are not going to be ambiguous. So when you're in your business or just life in general, when things are ambiguous, you get anxiety from that, and it's not fun trying to figure out what to do. You get to work every day, or you're trying to start a brand or you're trying to grow your brand, and you don't really know what action to take, what steps to take that's going to really propel you forward. So if you get stuff written out, like physically write it out, don't try to harbor that in your head or whatever, or you could type it out as well if you like it to be all neat and whatnot. So you can do that. And the other thing that you should do is, well, along with that, is figure out what's the one thing that will cause you to gain the most momentum or growth for the new year. Because typically with business, about like 20% of your actions account for 80% of the results. So that's called the Pareto principle, and that applies to a lot of things in life. Figure out what are like the 1 or 2 super important things that you got to do that will help you to grow for the new year. So here is another aspect to that. A lot of times you don't even need to do necessarily, if you're not at that stage yet, like business things. You might really have personal problems and they manifest into poor performance in your day-to-day or what you're trying to do. And I'll give you a real world example. A lot of people struggle with this, and it does leach over into business and disrupt all of that. So that's like alcoholism. That's like a personal thing in my life that my family has dealt with, that I don't deal with that, but like early on in my life I realized that I don't want that to be in any corner of my life, so I never had an issue with that. I've had family that has had issues with that. I've had a close friend that had an issue with that, but then he got sober, and the moment that he realized that that was like the one thing in his life that was completely like ruining all aspects of life, he went and did a dramatic paradigm shift, got sober, went to AA, went to the programs, all that kind of stuff. And the difference between just anything in his life, like the output, is extremely dramatic. And that actually might be something that you're struggling with. Figure out one thing that's like constantly causing you issues as to why you're not achieving your goals, specifically with performance. And back to the alcoholism thing. So let's say that you're getting drunk every Friday night, and then you wake up hungover, and on Saturday, let's say that's like the biggest time, the free time that you have to like actually work on your business and grow it. Well, you can't really do that because you're not thinking clearly, you're hungover, you're tired, you don't have like adequate energy to tackle something like that. And when you're trying to start and grow a business, I mean, you really have to conserve and take care of your energy, your health, your mind, a lot of stuff like that. Another example of something, like one thing that you might want to figure out to tackle, could be something as simple as time management. Some people are very bad with time. They don't have a concept of time in their head. They're always late to stuff. They do not budget time for projects. So you might be in a situation where you're in high school or college, or you are working like a full or part-time job, and then you really just have a few hours at the end of the day to work on your clothing brand or whatever business you're trying to start at the end of the day. So you might have 3 or 4 hours that you can really work on that, but you constantly keep finding that you're running out of time to do that because you're preoccupied with lots of other stuff, or you just are not, you don't have your focus down right, you're not focusing on the right things. That might be something that you want to figure out. I've made a video about this in the past. When you're in that situation where you might have some work, you might have school, yada yada, but you do have 3 or 4 hours in the day where those are the magical hours where you can start and grow your business. And if you want to make it your full-time job, that could happen, but you have to tackle and figure out how to do that, like get those 4 hours carved away for yourself, and cherish them and utilize every hour that you can. So your issue right now might be time management. And there's basically figure out just anything that you could pull out from your life that's like a roadblock. One might be, this has been one for me personally in the past, was like just going to the gym. So when I would go to the gym, the day would be dramatically better. The reason why is because my energy levels would be up. I would get ready for the day. I would have like mental and physical like confidence from that. I would be exercising my muscles, but not my brain. So when I got to the office, it's like, okay, this is like brain time. This is when I design. This is when I help my customers out. This is where I work on systems in the business, that kind of stuff. And also, in that process, I would be waking up earlier in the day, so I would accomplish, that difficult task early in the day, and I would typically have another extra hour from doing that. If I would sleep in and be lazy that day, that would typically roll over into losing that hour of work time, because I would still end up getting to the office earlier when I went to the gym. Believe it or not, that's what happens. It's kind of like you forego going to the gym, and then you get lazy, you sleep an extra hour, and then another hour, and then like you lost that gym time, that energy, those energy levels, that confidence. You didn't get ready for the day, you didn't drink water, you're not hydrated. Then you lost another hour of work, then you show up late and you're just not ready for the day. For me personally, that's like a night and day thing. Like when I would go, the whole day went better statistically. So that might also be for you. Maybe that's something that you want to try and figure that out, how to really get going in the day, get pumped and ready for action. But yeah, so you might not be, problems in terms of growing your business and getting onto your goals, it might be a personal thing. A lot of times it is, if you really dig down into it. But you might also be beyond that stage. You might have conquered a lot of those demons, and like you've probably slayed those dragons in your life, or those personal problems are like leaching into like your goals and your business. So you might also just have normal business goals, just like, okay, how do I make my advertising better? How do I figure out how to onboard more people to help me? How can I outsource labor or contract labor to do like social media marketing or videos? So those might also be things that you're dealing with. And like I said earlier, you simply need to write those down and figure out step by step what you're going to do for that. And you're going to be off to a way better start for the new year. So for me, I have a couple personal things I'm going to be working on, and I'm currently working on right now. I obviously have some business things and goals that I'm tackling, and I'm writing all those out right now and really wrapping up the year. And I'm going to make a year in review video. I didn't make any month in review videos this year, but I figured out, or kind of realized that I really liked making those. It kind of helped me figure out like what's working, what's not each month, so I could kind of tweak and tailor the month. So in 2025, I'm going to start doing those videos again. I actually really like doing them. But yeah, I'll make a short year in review video as the year's over. So that will be probably December 31st or January 1st is when that will come out. And then in my last video, you guys saw there was like chaos in the office. So I'm still working on all of that. I got a bunch of stuff done. I got a bunch of stuff painted and like everything's getting more freshened up in there. And then I have to just more tweaks and more things to wrap that up. And then that is gonna also roll over into an office tour, because I have not made a proper tour of the office for probably 3 years now, something like that, 3 or 4 years. It's been a long time. A lot of stuff has changed. And I'll go into depth in like all the little details about like why this is set up this way, like some future plans for here. And believe it or not, I keep finding more and more space and more efficient ways to store things and do stuff and like have it all in there in that small office. And I'm really happy for that, because it just keeps saving me money on rent, and I can pour that money back into like buying inventory, into advertising, to just growing the business, rather than spending it on like a large warehouse. So I'm gonna keep expanding in that place until I literally can't anymore. But yeah, that's the goal. I'm gonna wrap up those last few things for the year and write out my plan, my goals. I'm gonna print out the calendar. That was a really helpful thing that I liked from last year. So definitely get a calendar going and write down all the important dates. But yeah, that is my plan for the remaining 4 days of the year. And I suggest you guys do something similar to that. It will really help you just get on the right footing for the new year. Don't start all of this on the new year. Start the new year off with you actually taking actions on your action plan that you have. If you guys got any value in this video, or if you have any comments or questions, you can leave them down in the comment section below, and I'll catch you guys later. Thanks.